Inverse variation, class 8. Let us cut out equal-sized semicircles from paper. Now the diameter of the semicircle forms a straight angle. What is the value of a straight angle? 180 degrees. We will divide a straight angle into equal parts. Now multiply the number of angles formed with the measure of the angle at the vertex of the straight angle. Let us now consider a particular case. We fold one of the semicircular paper. When we fold, two angles are formed and each angle will be equal to 90 degrees. Now 2 multiplied by 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Two angles are formed and the measure of the angle is 90 degrees. Now fold one of the semicircular paper of equal size so that 3 angles are formed. In this case, each angle will be equal to 60 degrees. Now the number of angles formed is 3. Measure of the angle is 60. When we multiply the two, we get 180 degrees. This figure will make it very clear. The semicircle is there and the diameter of the semicircle forms an angle of 180 degrees. On folding the semicircular paper, two angles are formed and each is equal to 90 degrees. We will now consider folding the semicircular paper so that 3 equal angles are formed and each of these 3 equal angles is equal to 60 degrees. In the last figure, we find that we have folded the semicircular paper twice. Now 4 angles are formed and each of these angles has a measure of 45 degrees. Take another semicircular paper of equal size and fold twice and 4 angles will be formed, each equal to 45 degrees. We have just shown you this with the help of a diagram. Now 4 multiplied by 45 is equal to 180 degrees. Now we take another semicircular paper of the same size and fold 3 times. Now 6 equal angles are formed and the measure of each angle is equal to 30 degrees. 6 multiplied by 30, again 180 degrees. Now we take another semicircular paper of equal size and fold it so that 9 equal angles are formed. Each angle would be equal to 20 degrees and 9 multiplied by 20 is equal to 180 degrees. Now we take another semicircular paper of the same size and fold it 5 times. How many angles will be formed? 10. And each has a measure of 18 degrees. Now 10 multiplied by 18 is equal to 180 degrees. Wow! In all these cases, we have folded a straight angle into equal parts. Now the number of angles multiplied by the measure of equal angles formed at the vertex of the straight angle is equal to how much? 180 degrees. Now this is constant for all the observations. For a straight angle, if the number of angles into which it is divided increases, then the measure of the angle decreases proportionally or vice versa. When one variable x is increased, the other variable y decreases in proportion and vice versa. We find that the product of their corresponding values remains constant. Two quantities x and y are in inverse proportion if x, y is equal to k. Here k is a constant and it is a positive number. Let's now consider traveling from home to school by car. The journey shall take less time than it would if we were traveling by a bicycle or if we were walking. The car journey is completed in a shorter period of time because the car travels at a faster speed. The faster the speed, the less is the time taken to travel a certain distance. The slower the speed, more will be the time taken to travel the same distance. Speed and time are in inverse proportion. As speed increases, time decreases. Let us now take an example. A ship with 81 members has food that shall last for 30 days. The ship takes on board 9 men from a leaky boat. How long will the food last with the additional men? The problem is taken from Maths Class 8 by Hedward Publishing Company. The ship has 81 members. It has sufficient food that shall last for how many days? 30 days. The ship takes on board 9 men from a leaky boat. How many men are there now in the ship? 81 plus 9, that is equal to 90. So this is all that is given in the problem. We put all this information in a chart. Here we have a table showing number of people and number of days food will last. For 81 members, the food lasts for 30 days. For 90 members, we have to find out how many days will the food last. For 81 members, the food lasts for 30 days. Now the number of people have increased to 90. Will the food last for more than 30 days or less than 30 days? The same food will last for a smaller number of days if the number of men increases to 90. We can form two ratios for the number of members. 81 by 90 is the smaller ratio. 90 by 81 is the bigger ratio. The answer must be less than 30 days. So we multiply by the smaller ratio. We'll multiply 30 by the smaller ratio, which is 81 by 90. Number of days, the same amount of food will last for 90 members will be equal to 30 multiplied by smaller ratio. 30 multiplied by 81 by 90. And the answer is 27 days. Right. If a certain work is to be done, a greater number of workers will finish the work in less time. Less number of workers will take more time to finish the same work. In these two cases, the two quantities are in inverse proportion.